All right, guys, welcome to OMFL Bowl number 89. It just kicked off. These guys could not wait any longer for me, even though I needed a couple extra minutes. It's okay. We had to jump right into it. So welcome to OMFL Bowl 89. We're ready to rock and roll. Another Saints and Colts. Saints, listen to me, Falcons and Colts. Got my mind all over the place today. This has been the same matchup now for 3 different seasons, and we were hoping to get a new matchup this year, and we were not able to get a new matchup. So the Falcons have been victorious for the last 5 seasons here. We're hoping that maybe the Colts can knock them off, but one way or the other, we're hoping for a really good game. The Falcons have kind of retooled and revamped, new quarterback in their system that they got from the Denver Broncos. Same defense. Julio Jones is still a stud. This Colts offense has done really well, I should say. It's their defense, though, that has struggled. They're led by Hines, who is the all-around back, as he picks up another 2 or 3 yards right there to set up the first 3rd and 3 of the ball game. Opening kickoff of OMFL Bowl number 89. We do have the chat up here, so feel free to come and to chat it up with me if you choose to. This is kind of the best quality that these guys could stream at, which is interesting because D-Money has 1,000 up and 1,000 down, and this is the best quality he could stream. So we're going to have to figure this out one day. Look like we got man up. We got Cam in the backfield. He puts Hines in motion here. He's going to get blitz. Cam Newton's going to have to get this ball out pretty quickly here. Cam back to pass. Here comes the pressure. He did not get it out, and the Falcons get, I don't know why I keep saying the Saints. I'm going to have to get that out of my brain here, but the Falcons get a sack and force the first punt of the game. You had to see that coming. You know that the Falcons like to send pressure. They want to score first because they feel like if they can score first, they're going to stay up most of the game and be able to control the game under their terms. Nice little punt return there from number 22. It's going to set up 1st and 10 here for the Atlanta Falcons, the 5-time in a row OMFL Bowl champions. So we'll see exactly what they do on offense. This Colts defense has struggled this year. They have not played their normal football where they cause turnovers and they get you to stop your run. Let's see if they can do that here with Andrew Locke leading the charge here for the Falcons. Falcons are going to run a lot of 2 tight end sets. They like to get a lot of big guys, and there's Freeman right up the middle. He's breaking it away, and there's another long run there for Freeman. This is what haunted the Colts in the last OMFL Bowl game. Freeman just knocked them for tons of chunks of yards. He picks up 27 there on 1st down. And that's what the Falcons do. They'll come up with a lot of 2 tight end sets just to try to get those off balance, those big maulers up there on your linebackers. Here's Freeman off to the right side. He cuts it back over to the right, off to the left, I should say, cuts it back to the right with a nice big gain of 8 yards there. So over 30 yards in the first 2 carries there for Freeman. And the Falcons are churning, and this is where the Colts have struggled, is their defense has given up a lot of big plays, and they're giving up a lot of points. The good thing for the Colts is that their offense has kept pace. But we can already see that hasn't happened. Getting some technical difficulties here. Hopefully this doesn't go away for these guys and we don't have a DC. Would be a good thing for the Colts. There we go. It's our first DC of the game. Hopefully this game will be able to be streamed. It would be a tremendous disappointment if not. I'm going to grab my phone, see if I can get on Discord for these guys. This happens, but again, D-Money has pretty strong internet. So hopefully he can get this figured out. Again, the chat's up, so feel free to come chat with us. I don't know what these guys are doing. All right, sorry about this. Not really riveting TV, but I'm trying to find out what these guys are doing. Looks like they've got the restart going. All right, D-Wayne said he was about to. So he was about to trade his coffee for liquor. It's that kind of game. So here we go. We got the kickoff all over again. Good for the Colts. They get to hit the reset button. This one looks like it's a Dallas stadium. I don't know why the stadiums are all messed up, but they are. This should be in the Saint Superdome, the New Orleans Superdome, I should say. Nice little return there. Gets it up to the 30-yard line. So it's going to set up 1st and 10 again for the Indianapolis Colts. They get another chance after a little warm-up and disconnect there. Hopefully they kind of learn their lesson that he's making a lot of changes there. Anyway, hopefully he will learn his lesson and know that the Falcons like to send some heat. He's going to come out in 2 wide here, 2 receivers, 2 tight ends. This really is all about Hines and what Hines can and can't do. So we'll see what they do here. The Falcons like to attack you with their linebackers and then come up with his safety and make a lot of plays. What's up, Penguins? After this, we'll get into the OMFL offseason. Penguins and the board have been doing all that they can to keep us moving forward, but life has kept me from being able to be fully involved. But hopefully just a couple of phone calls tomorrow for work, and I'll get a little break as I took a day off, even though I have to technically work a couple for those phone calls. But I'll have more time to start pouring into the off season. All right, coming out with a little 3. Wait a second. What did I miss? Oh, that was weird. That was the Falcons big play. I got confused there. Cam Newton spreading them out here. He's got 3 receivers, but he's got them all spread out wide. The Falcons are going to get in the zone. Here goes Cam Newton right up the middle. He's going to slide. You better get down against the Atlanta Falcons. They're going to hit you and hit you hard. Oh, no. Did I see that right? Is Hines out for the game? That would be devastating for the Indianapolis Colts if Hines is out for the game. They need this kid. Sorry, I just realized that my stuff was not right. I got it right now, though. They really need Hines, so hopefully Hines comes back, but I think it looked like he was out for the game. And that's going to be a big blow for the Indianapolis Colts offense, and that's a bad sign here. 1st and 10, Cam Newton handled it straight up the middle. I don't even know he's got Leonard Fournette, so maybe he'll be okay. I forgot he's got Leonard Fournette as his backup. Leonard's only going to get 3 there. He is no Hines, but Fournette can still run the rock for the Colts, and hopefully he'll be able to keep things going. It's going to set up 2nd and 7 here with 9:06 left to go in the opening drive, opening kickoff of OMFL Bowl number 89. We do have the chat up, so feel free to come and chat with me. This is after a disconnect restart. They're going to man up across the board. Looks like Cam is making a change. They're going to spread their defensive line out. Cam back to pass. He's got some heat. He's got the block. Ooh, that's a dangerous pass there. Marcus Trufant was there to make a play and just kind of knock that one away. This is what the Falcons do. They man up with you. They put a lot of pressure up front. He plays the safety to kind of fill in the gaps, come up and stop the run. He'll blitz a lot, especially on 3rd down. And he's got these 3 amazing cornerbacks thanks to some more OMFL trades this past offseason. Cam's spreading them out. He's got 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Looks like a little cover 6 here. Cam back to pass. He's got time. If he just takes his time, he's going to take off right up the middle. He's going to run out of opportunities to run with Cam here pretty soon. So he's going to have to start coming up with another plan. But a big 1st down there for Cam Newton. His 2nd of the day running with the ball. I know what the argument's going to be if I bring it up again. I brought it up last season and I kind of got chewed out by Dwayne. He's like, what do you expect me to do? Well, I expect you to stay within FPR. So 1st and 10, twin receivers to the left. Fournette in the backfield. Hines is out for the game. Ooh, he gets hit pretty quickly, though. He's only going to gain, he's going to lose yards, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 11 there for the Indianapolis Colts, and they're taking the timeout. Looks like they're going to want to regroup this thing. And this Atlanta Falcons defense has really stepped it up as we moved into the playoffs. He had some really tight games against the LA Rams. The Seahawks did not give him the kind of game I thought. I really called for the Seahawks to be able to beat him this year. The new slider settings, figured things would be a little bit tighter and closer, but the Falcons were able to run away from him. That's the thing about playing the Falcons. I played him in a tight 17-14. I had just had the lead 17-14 late in the 3rd. I was about to score again, disconnect, and then the 2nd game he just wiped the floor with me. Things can get out of hand really quickly whenever you play the Atlanta Falcons. Cam back to pass. He's got time. He's got a little pressure coming from his left. He's going to have to get rid of the ball now, and that's a smart play. 0 for 2 there. Yeah, he definitely needs another disconnect. That's going to set up his first 3rd down of this opening drive here after the reset. So it's going to set up 3rd and 11. I hate how bad this quality is, but Mr. 1,000 up, 1,000 down says this is the best he can do. Another cover 6 here on 3rd down. Looks like they're flipping that cover 6 as the Colts flip their play. Pressure coming from the right side. He's got to get rid of it. He's got it. He's going to get tackled pretty easily there, though. At 3rd and 11, only a gain of 4 is not going to do it. He felt the pressure and felt like he needed to get rid of it, and that's going to set up. He's going to go for the field goal here. This one's pretty long. Going to be around 58, 59. He's not going to make it. He's going to. That's going to give the Atlanta Falcons the ball at the 47-yard line. They already have a good field position here to set up their first drive of the game. And again, before the DC, we got to see that what was happening was the Falcons were just gashing them. They were gashing him right up the middle, and they're going to have to keep that under taps if they're going to continue. Look for Jones to get this one on the screen here. Yep. That was not a fumble. I don't know how that was not a fumble. There was no defensive player around. That just came right out of his hands. They're going to say his hand was moving forward, though, but that 100% looked like a fumble to me. It's going to set up 2nd and 10 here for the Atlanta Falcons from their own 47. After a good stop on 3rd down for the Falcons defense, the field goal ends up falling short. Here's another play they like to run. They like to give the pressure right up the middle with these two tight ends, and then they hit Jones on the out route. Now you can see right there, this is where Dwayne struggled last year in OMFL Bowl 88, is he tried to hit stick the Falcons a lot. He missed those hit sticks, and what would be an 8 to 12 yard gain turns into a 30, 50, 60 yard gain. So you're going to have to really watch that. He's going to set up 1st and 10 here. He's running a bunch formation. He's got Jones to his left. He's got Ridley to his right. Handoff right up the middle to Freeman. Nice little carry there. Good way to get off the blocks and stop him for a minimal gain of just 1 yard. Just going to set up 2nd and 9 here. 6:39 left to go. The Falcons' open drive of OMFL Bowl number 89 from their own 40-yard line after a good stop on defense that watched a field goal come up short for the Colts. Lots of movement here for the Colts defense. They're trying to make plays. Oh, he's got him in the backfield. He just jumps on his back and brings him down for just a gain of 3 or 4 yards. It's going to set up 3rd and 6, so a big 3rd down here for the Indianapolis Colts. And I'm hoping good now. It's a good play call against the defense that just did not stop him. You figured a cover 6 or cover 9 show 2 there would be able to stop that play, but just really good blocking there for the Atlanta Falcons. 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line and driving for the Atlanta Falcons. Here's Freeman right up the middle. He's got a hole. He's going to get there. The Colts are just guessing now. He's played some safety. He's played some middle linebacker. He's kind of all over the place. He's just kind of guessing what to do here. And then set up a 2nd and 2 from the own 19-yard line. 4:55 left to go here in the opening drive for the opening quarter of the Atlanta Falcons. OMFL Bowl 89. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Sorry for the internet issues we seem to be having. What you see here, though, as a... Oh, he's got him, Ito Smith, up to the nice tackle, but he breaks it, and he's able to get the 1st down. Big play there for Ito Smith. The terrible resolution that you see is not me. That's some issue there with the Atlanta Falcons. This is as high as he wants to go for the OMFL Bowl, even though he has tremendous internet. So we're working with what we got, and my internet seems to be dipping with the upload speed, and that's giving me some low bandwidth from time to time. Twin receivers to the left. We're going to hand off to Freeman over to the left. Nice tackle there from the Colts, shooting the gap. Number 59, I forget his name exactly, but he's been making plays for them all season long. So really good play there as he just shoots the gap, guesses on the run, and hits him in the backfield for a loss of 3 yards. It's going to set up a 2nd and 13. We got 2 receivers to the right, twin tight ends on the field. Falcons are back to pass. No, it's a draw. He's got Freeman over to the left. Nice run there. It looked like he was trying to set him up for a juke inside. The Colts were able to stop him, though. That's going to set up a 3rd and 4 here from their 11-yard line, and the Colts trying to stiffen up here. They're trying to see if they can't cause a stop here, force the Atlanta Falcons to get a field goal, and that would be a big win. Again, I apologize for the low bandwidth, guys. I'm not quite sure what the problem is. It's I blame the coronavirus. All right, 3rd and 4 here from their own 11-yard line. 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. He's got the quick pass, and he's hit hard. Jones drops it. That was a big hit there from the Indianapolis Colts defensive back. So big stop there for the Colts. It's going to set up a field goal here for the Atlanta Falcons. It's going to be up, and it's going to be good to give the Atlanta Falcons a 3-0 lead here early in the first quarter. Or I shouldn't say that, late in the first quarter, but early in this game. So a nice way for the Indianapolis Colts defense to step up there. Able to make a couple plays, force the field goal. The Falcons just seem to make very few mistakes, and those who are able to get victories versus him are teams that are able to cause him to get a few mistakes here and there and then capitalize on those mistakes. If you can hold the Falcons to a field goal and come back and get a touchdown here for the Colts, then things will be looking up for you. That would be a good, strong move to stay in this game. But you can't throw a pick. You can't have a fumble. You got to stick with your game plan here. Newton under center, hands off to Neff with a nice run right up the middle there. He kind of lead, but defenders picks up a gain of 7 that's going to set up 2nd and 3 here. Well, the last time we had a pause, I think we had a disconnect, so hopefully no disconnect.
But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time? Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost, but if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
A good run, got 7 on first, here's 2nd and 3.
All right, here we go. Bloop, I think you're watching. Sorry about all the text messages. Ooh, nice run there for Fournette right up the middle. He weaves his way. He almost cut it right into the inside of that last safety there. So nice run there for Fournette, and that's what the Colts need. To get this offense going, they're going to need a good run game. Cam's going to have to make some plays here pretty soon, but that's a nice run there for Fournette. Bloop, if you want, you can send me a PM and we can have that discussion outside of that chat. But I personally would just deal with CPU teams before I dealt with that. Here we go, 1st and 10. The Colts from their own 49, 147 left to go here in the opening quarter of OMFL Bowl 89. Cam back to pass. Ooh, he's going to run again. Ooh, and he took a big shot. It looked like he wanted to come up, and then he was going to run, then he wasn't going to run, then he was going to run, then he wasn't going to run. He couldn't make up his mind. You cannot be indecisive. Think actually playing scared in the game. That's not going to beat the Falcons. You're going to have to be very decisive and make some plays. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. That is a nice run up the middle there. He just barely touched the ground. That's the one I would tight receivers all spread out. It's like Woods is coming here. And not allowed in our rules. If you send everything up in a press, you cannot manually move anyone. I'm going to have him. I could be wrong on that, but I am manually press cannot manually move a player at the same play. All right, they're sending the blitz again. Cam's got to make a quick down. Get rid of it. Gets rid of it, and Cam is just a little bit off. He's got to put more air underneath that. Looks like he was going for the tight end. He should have probably hit the receiver. Another turnover on downs after a missed field goal on their first drive, and now a turnover on downs. They give the ball back to the Atlanta Falcons at their own 42. They were at their 47 earlier, so more great field position. This is not looking good for the Colts. Falcons 1st and 10. Here's the counter run. Ooh, he misses the tackle, and that's a tough one when you miss that tackle. He was right there, but he missed it. That's going to bring us into the first quarter. You're watching OMFL Bowl 89. I have literally asked 20 times for them to turn commentary off.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
I was going to send a message to them. I'm not going to. I literally asked them 50 times to turn the commentary off. Simple things. So little things that you got to get done. Nice, going to set up 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. This is where they started their last drive, which led them to 3 points. Colts are putting men in the box. Freeman's got big holes. And this is the tough part about the Falcons' 2 tight end sets. They just get you all blocked up front. His offensive line doesn't look that powerful on paper, but he's able to block you all up front. And then after he blocks you up front, He's able to pick those holes apart and get some good runs there. And they're just really, really good at this. He's got Ito Smith in the backfield, lock under center. Jones in motion. Here's the handoff to Ito Smith right up the middle. Spin moves his way to a gain of 14, and that's going to set up 1st and 10 here from the 20-yard line. Colts need to settle down. They need to get back to the basics. They need to just settle down. They need to play good, solid football. Stick to your game plan. The Falcons always get you out of your game plan. Got bunches to the right, Jones and Ridley. He's sending Ridley out even further right, 2 tight ends. I'm wrong about that, 1 tight end. Here's Freeman over to the left. The Colts get that one racked up pretty quickly there. It's only going to be a gain of 1 or 2. They're going to give him 1. This is going to set up 2nd and 9 here from their own 20-yard line. 8:39 left to go here in the second quarter. This has been a pretty entertaining game, but it has been controlled completely by the Atlanta Falcons. I know the score is only 3-0. The Colts have had 2 dead drives, and the Falcons were able to get 3 points on their first drive. Here's the handoff to Freeman over to the right. Nice tackle there, number 54. He was able to bring him down. It's going to be 9 carries already for 44 yards there. Freeman is the workhorse for this team. Everything kind of goes around him and Jones. He sets up the Jones plays with plays to Freeman, and then he really sets up. Ridley in a lot of big plays on those screens and quick hitters. Locke in the backfield. He's going to send Freeman in motion here on 3rd and 8 from their own 19. Locke back to pass. He's got plenty of time. The Falcons read it. He was there. He backed off for some reason. I do that often. I think he was trying to play his zone, but if you read the play and you know what's coming, you need to go ahead and go make the play. He backs off, and Locke is able to get that in there and stick it for the first down. It's going to set up 1st and goal from the 4-yard line, and this makes the Falcons really, really tough. I mean, what are you going to do here? He can run a slant inside to Jones. He can run stretch plays with Freeman. He can just bring out the 2 tight end or the heavy sets and just run it straight up the middle. I don't like this. I think a shotgun draw is lame inside the 4-yard line. That's going to be an easy touchdown there for Freeman. Shotgun runs are overpowered. I hate them. I wish the board would let me at least outlaw them inside the 20. I just think they have no place inside the red zone in this game. I think it's a super lame call, just being totally honest on that. It's just too easy. You didn't have to earn that one. So that's going to set up the Falcons with a 10-0 lead here early in the second quarter. 7 minutes left to go. Colts are going to get it back. They need to respond. They need to have a response here. But if I know Dwayne, this one's probably getting to him just a little bit. It's probably going to take him a couple of days to get over this one. So hopefully he can keep his emotions in tow, because that's one thing D-Money does really well. He plays almost emotionless. And because he plays emotionless, he doesn't get too high or too down. I agree, Kevin. So help me outlaw those things inside the red zone. I've been trying to ban them for 10 years in this freaking league. Anyway, sorry. I need to be commentating this game, not giving commentary about shotgun runs. All right, here we go. Colts are going to get the ball 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Atlanta Falcons with a 10-0 lead after a missed field goal, a long field goal of like 58 yards for the Colts, and then a turnover on downs. Cam Newton back to pass. He's going to hand it off to the backfield. I'm not even sure who 28. 28 is Snell. He's going to get stopped in the backfield pretty quickly. Going to set up a 2nd and 10. The Falcons' offensive line and defensive lines play superb. It is fairly shocking how great they play. They actually play really, really well, to a point where if you're playing him, it feels very frustrating and even powerless in a lot of ways. Here's 2nd and 10. Cam's starting to spread everybody out. A lot of 5 wides with receivers and tight ends. Another run there for Cam Newton. Yep, he's going to fumble. Lucky for him, the Colts are able to recover that, though. That's already 3 quarterback runs there for the Indianapolis Colts. He's going to have to get those under control here. I think he's allowed, I forget, I think 10%. I don't know. I need to go look at the rules. I forget what the rules are. He's going to have to keep things in a nice area here. All right, Colts in the backfield. Cam's got to play action. Everything's covered pretty quickly. He's going to go deep, though. He's got a man. Is that going to be Pat? That's caught in bounds, and it's pass interference. So the Colts are going to keep that one. Nice grab and throw. What a play there for Dwayne. I'm sorry, I almost called him. I get his name's Dawson, but he's Dwayne, and then we got D Money. Just way too many D's in this league. That's a joke. Here's a handoff off to the right. Fournette's got play. See if he can gather his feet. He's able to keep his feet just a little bit. He's going to set up a 2nd and 5. So nice run there. 2nd and 5 from their own 29. Now we're starting to get a little bit of a drive. The Colts are starting to gain a little bit more confidence, and that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to continue to keep their confidence high in this one if they're going to compete. Got some bunch formations, 2 tight end. Little Falcons offense here. Cam Newton back to pass. He's got a man right up the middle, and that's going to be a touchdown. His tight end right up the middle. He's able to get free. Really good answer there for the Indianapolis Colts against the Atlanta Falcons. They needed that. Field goal extra point, I should say, is up and good. That's going to set up a 10-7 lead for the Atlanta Falcons. But good answer there for the Colts as they respond after giving up that play or that drive to the Atlanta Falcons. They needed that. That was pretty big. He's going to have the 20, the 25. Nice little cut up there in the middle, getting about to the 29-yard line. And that's where we're going to start this one. 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Drew Lock has been pretty good this year. I don't know if he's been as great as Matt Ryan, but he's been more than efficient. He's been a top 10 quarterback in this league, and that's saying something about the Atlanta Falcons and the way they run their offense. Freeman in the backfield. We're going to get a little counter run to the left. Freeman's really patient. He waits to hit the hole and gives up the big play there. You got to be so careful with the Atlanta Falcons run game. I mean, he's just so patient. He sets up those runs really well. It's something that the Colts do really well, too, when he has his normal running back. But, of course, he lost his running back on the first drive of the game. He's out for the game and really sets this Colts offense at a handicap. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Lock back to pass. He's got plenty of time. He's got a tight end wide open as they're caught in a zone defense. And he just was wide open there for a gain of 5 yards. It was a man defense. I'm sorry. It looked like a zone defense the way those Colts defenders reacted. But number 59, who's one of the top middle linebackers in this game, just got left behind. You can see Dwayne is moving around. He's playing different positions. He's trying not to give away all of his tips and tools here. But he's going to have to come up with something here. 2nd and 5 here. Look for Jones on the slant. Looks like they're going to change the play. This is where it really can be dangerous when he gets in front of that cornerback. Lock back to pass. He's got plenty of time. He kind of goes away there. And Jones almost comes up and almost picked off there by number 29 of the Indianapolis Colts. Jones almost makes a one-on-one play. The ball pops up. 29 was there. It looks like it hit off of his foot, bounced up in the air. You'd like to see the Colts to use their switch there. They're allowed to switch after that. And, man, they almost had a play there. That would have been a great play for the Colts. Set up a 3rd and 5 here from the 39-yard line. Lock in the backfield. Freeman to his right. He's going to hand off right up the middle. Shotgun runs are deadly. This is almost the Falcons giving the Colts a little bit dose of their own medicine in a lot of ways. Because the Colts, too, will, on those 3rd and short plays, they'll catch you with a shotgun run. He's been known to do that, and the Falcons now are using this. This is, again, I think part of the Falcons' game plan. I'm not in his head, but I play him twice a season. He wants to get up on you early. If he can get up on you big and early, now he can just blitz and can cause you to start to force throws and things like that. Not many players are able to be disciplined enough. Ooh, you almost had a face mask there. but not many players here are able to stay disciplined enough to make another run at it and make a comeback. I'll bring it up again this season, Kevin. It'll come back up again. Here we go, 2nd and 4 from their own 19. 3:20 to go here in the second quarter. The Falcons' third drive of the game. Locked with Ito Smith. Ooh, nice way to get off those blocks and tackle that one in the backfield. So good play there for number 76 in the backfield. Looked like Wolf making a play there for the Colts. He was able to beat a double team there to get in the backfield, so good for him. Set up a 3rd and 5. Again, now if you're the Colts, you're guessing. You've seen some runs. You've seen some screens. You know that Jones is going to run that comeback and that corner route. Hey, there's a lot of plays. Look for Freeman on the angle route on this one. And that's exactly where he's going to go. Easy pitch and catch. And if you're the Colts, you got to stop with the hit stick. Every hit stick that you try to accomplish there is going to end up hurting you. You need to be able to stay calm, stay patient, make your conservative tackle against him. 1st and goal from the 8-yard line, 2:08 left to go. Looks like he'll get this one off before the 2-minute warning. Lock back to pass. He's got time. He's going to go over to the right side, and that's an easy touchdown for Jones. Jones is so good at those route running. I think he's 99 across the board. And if you're sending a blitz and playing man up, you're going to have to manually cover that guy because he's going to get away from the CPU. Falcons 7 here. The opening half. You're watching OMFL Bowl number 89. Thank you so much for being here. We have seen this movie before, Pepper, but we've also seen this movie for many years in every game that the Falcons play. He's been unbeatable, and until somebody in this league steps up and makes him makes him change what he does, he's going to keep doing what he does. He's going to keep playing a lot of two tight end offense. He's going to really establish the run. He's going to make you take chances and make mistakes, and he's not going to make any. Colts two running backs in the backfield. He's running out of time. He's going to have to get rid of the ball. Now he's guessing. Now he's panicking. Now he is he's in a bad spot. If you're the Colts here, you got to calm down. You got to take a couple deep breaths here. You got to refocus and come up with a different plan to attack him. He's just man up in you. He's sending that front four with a blitz every now and then. You're going to have to learn how to stay in the pocket and make some throws. Trust your receivers. Cam Newton back to pass. He's got time. Looks like he's going to take off again. He's going to have to get down. He gets down. Nice little run there for Cam Newton, but here soon you're going to run out of runs, my friend, and you're going to be out of options. You're going to have to start passing the ball. 1:31 left to go here in the opening half. Colts with the ball trying to drive and answer a Falcons touchdown. Cam Newton back to pass. Little pump there. He's got time. He's going to have to get rid of it. He gets rid of it. Ooh, and that one's knocked away. I think that looks like a linebacker, Jones. He had to get rid of it. That's the right play. You got to trust Cam Newton, and Cam just was not able to make the play against Ebron there as Jones was able to make and knock the ball away. The Colts receivers are going to have to make some plays. So far, they have been MIA this entire game. They're going to have to step up and start making some plays here. Here's 2nd and 10 from their own 38, 1:21 left to go. Cam's got everybody spread out. Back to pass. He's got a man over the center. There you go. There's a nice play there. Cam Newton's 3 for 7 for 19 yards. That's not going to cut it. He's going to have to come up with some more plans here. Cam keeping him spread out, trying to buy himself some time. Back to pass. He needs to step up in the pocket, not keep floating back. Yep, nice throwaway there. Yeah, Bloop, you got to get him out of the man by running, establishing the run, but you got to make plays. Like he's only got, you got 4 receivers, and your 4th receiver's got to start making some plays. Your tight end's got to make some plays. Like you got to attack his DBs, even if his 2 starters are studs. Cam Newton back to pass here on 2nd and 10. Ebron's going to catch him. That's going to be pretty sharp. He's going to start having to use timeouts here pretty soon. He's not going to use any timeouts. The clock is ticking, 40 seconds and going. It's shocking to see him not use any timeouts. Again, I think D-Money gets in D-Wayne's head, and he just doesn't think through these things slowly. Here's Newton back to pass again. 3rd and 6. Cover 9 or cover 6 look like what he's facing. Cam Newton's got plenty of time. He's going to run out of time, though. He had time for a moment there, but he ran out of it, and that's going to set up a 4th and 13. I think both guys are going to let the clock run here, and we're going to find ourselves into halftime of OMFL Bowl 89. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Fighting through a couple of internet issues here, but I think we're doing okay. I'm running a solo mission. Colts are kicking off, so the Falcons are due to receive after having a 17-7 lead here in the first half. And this one's really short, which is not what you expect to see. It looks like he was fumbled, and that was weird, right? It looked like he fumbled and then picked it back up, or not quite sure what. Oh, yeah, he did. He fumbled the kickoff and then just kind of dove forward so he wouldn't get rid of it again. Colts defense needs a big stop here. So 1st and 10 here from the 31-yard line. Opening drive of the second half of OMFL Bowl 89. Lock back to pass. He's got Jones. Can't overrun him. Oh, come on, Dwayne. That's not what we want to see. He's clearly frustrated and looks like he's waving the white flag. I will be the first to say that I just messaged him and said that is not the kind of reaction we want to have here. Pulling defenders is not what we want to see in OMFL Bowl. I get it. D-Money is super frustrating to play. He's not fun to play. Hopefully cooler heads prevail here. This is where we get to be adults and realize this is just a video game and a chance to unplug. All right, 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. 9:43 left to go here in the second half. All right, here's the handoff to Fournette. Fournette's going to be hit. He kind of stumbles. Now that one was shut down pretty quickly. It looks like he had to do a little bit of a cut back there, and he was able to get a few yards there. So a gain of 5 there as he kind of just falls forward. Fournette is such a big guy, such a heavy runner. It's going to be hard to come back from this, especially if you're trying to establish the run. This is what they need to do. Fournette in the backfield, Cam Newton under center, back to pass. Looks like he's got time. He keeps floating back a lot, though. Number 10, Scott, is one of the better playmakers there for the Colts. Just he keeps floating back and floating back. You want to see the Colts step up in the pocket in this one. I know they get you a lot of pressure. You got to make quick decisions, but you can't just keep floating back, floating back, floating back. It just leads to making bad decisions. All right, 3rd and 1. We're seeing the all-out blitz. We've seen this before. You got to know this is coming. Looks like the Colts see it. They're going to make a change in plays here. Nice play there. That's a good read. He catches. He's at the 50, the 20, the 15, the 10. He's not going to be able to get it. He's going to get it into the 8-yard line. That was a good read. That was a good, smart play. You knew that the blitz was coming. You changed to a play that gave you the benefit in man defense. You were able to catch one of his tight ends. You made the throw. That's a good play for the Colts. Keep playing smart like that. Twin tight ends, Cam Newton back to pass. He's got time. Scooting up in the pocket. He's going to take off running. He's going to have to be careful. He already had a fumble that was recovered by his own team earlier. It's going to bring it to 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. Colts are pretty tough in this situation. This is where we might see another, it wouldn't shock me if we see another shotgun run. We've seen it in the past, and you return fire with fire sometimes. We got a little twin tight end to the right, 2 receivers to the left, Fournette in the backfield. Yep, he's coming into the shotgun. Looks like another man up across the board. He's playing the linebacker to see if he can make a play here. He's got him. He waited too long. He was able to hold on to it till... No, he was able to he dropped. He was able to knock it away. He had him early. He just hesitated long enough. He still made the play, but he was able to knock it away. Man, if he could have held on to it for one more second, that would have been a touchdown. All right, we're going back to the twin receivers to the left, 2 tight ends to the right. Cam Newton under center, Fournette in the backfield. This is 3rd and goal from the 3. He's going to try to catch him again, man defense. He's going to come back into the shotgun. Falcons usually do not change their offense all that much. Cam back to pass, tosses it up. They're going to say he did not get both feet down. That's a tough break. We're watching it, man. That's close. It looks like he's just going to kick the field goal. No challenge, no booth review. He's just going to take his 3 points and make it a 10-24 lead for the Atlanta Falcons. That's a tough break. They made the decision to go ahead and get into a better play. They made the right play. You got to hold down on the D-pad there, make that a shallow throw because you're so close to the end zone. And the Falcons with a big kickoff return there to the 32-yard line. That's where they're going to start off this drive, 1st and 10 from their own 32. All right, this is going to set up 1st and 10 from their own 32. We got tight end to the left, 2 running backs to the right. Freeman here they're so tough. They're so tough. Another big play there, and that's going to be touchdown Atlanta Falcons. And they're running away with this one. Yeah, this one looks like it's going to be wrapped up. I know we're early in the 3rd quarter. The Colts could make a comeback with some big plays, but they're just getting gashed in the running game, and that's something that Dwayne doesn't like to do. It really bothers him when his defense is gashed for big plays. But this whole year, this whole season, his team has been gashed for big plays. I think he gave up 50 points to the Broncos. I think he gave up another 30 or 40 to the Giants in a loss. Like his defense has been giving up a lot of points, and this Atlanta Falcons defense or offense will gash you, and they'll make big plays with Jones and Freeman. Locke's been playing superb, and just makes it very, very tough. They had a good response. A nice run there for the Colts to get it up to the 30-yard line. The Colts had a good answer now. Last time they didn't get the touchdown. They need a touchdown, or this one's pretty much over. Field goals are not going to do it any longer. A bunch formation here, twin tight ends. Newton under center. Back to pass. He's got time. Nice little throw out to the left there. It looks like the 2nd tight end is starting to get involved in the offense here. So he's really having to attack those linebackers because you're starting to run out of options with these cornerbacks.
But he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Twin tight ends to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Cam back to pass. He's trying to make a play. There you go. There's Scott making a play against Pyle. Pyle is arguably the best cornerback we've ever seen in the OMFL. Completely usually shuts down receivers. I think my receivers have like a combined 6 catches against that guy this whole Madden period. Scott, though, is his big playmaker. He needs to move Scott around a little bit more. So Cam Newton, 3 receivers to the left, 1 tight end to the right. Back to pass. He's got a little bit of time. He's going to try to go right up the middle. That was just going to be knocked away by Ibrahim. He needs to get this running game going, though. You can't completely abandon the running game. Let's set up a 2nd and 10. 5:54 left to go here in the 3rd quarter from their own 47-yard line. The Falcons have been in complete control of this one since the start. And the Colts are just trying to keep pace. Twin tight ends. Here's Fournette right up the middle. Nice read there from Fournette. He's able to pick up the 1st down. Good play there. That's what the Colts need. You need more of those. The clock is not your friend, but you need to just get back to what you do good and get there. Yeah, you're right. I think his girlfriend's the only human that could dethrone him. Here's Newton under center. He's got Fournette in the backfield. Man in motion. He's got plenty of time. Nope. Wrong guy to throw at there. You don't want to make that throw. It's a little too tight. I would have just been a little bit more patient and hit that receiver underneath. That could have been ugly, but gets just knocked away. It's going to set up 2nd and 10 from their own 39-yard line. 5:16 left to go. So, the clock hasn't really been running all that much, but again, it is not your friend. You're down by 21, and you need a touchdown right here. We got 3 receivers, 1 tight end to the left, 1 running back to his left. Cam Newton back to pass. He's going for the big play. He's going for the whole thing. That one's going to be knocked away by Scott. I think that's Kaizi, or however you say his last name. The safety was able to get back there and make a play. You would hope that Scott would be able to make that play, but he was not, as Cam was just a little bit off. It's going to set up 3rd and 10. 5:08 left to go here in the third quarter from their own 39-yard line. Probably 4-down territory by now. Cam Newton back to pass. Looks like he's trying to run for this one. Oh, I think he's going to be short. This is going to set up 4th and inches from their own 30-yard line. And I think he's right on that 25% line if he's not a little bit over it. So 4th and inches here. Look for the all-out blitz. Oh, no, he's going to actually play a little 2-man zone. A little 5-2, though. There you go. You got Fournette right up the middle. Nice run by Fournette. He's going to pick up about 8 there. 10 rushes for 59 yards, I think is what it read. 251 total yards for the Colts. The problem is they're not getting points, and their defense is not helping them. Got 2 tight ends to the right there. 1 receiver to the left is Scott. 2 receivers. The inside receiver is Scott. Cam back to pass. Yep, nice little, there you go. Nice little pass. He was able to keep it under wraps and not attempt to force it down the field. Again, this is where the Falcons do really well, as they're able to go 3-4 and attack you with those linebackers. He's able to go 4-3 and stop the run. And he's able to, and just trade teams. That's what that's called. He's able to make enough plays here to keep everything up front and then make a play and pick the ball over. Cam Newton's back to pass. He's running out of time on his right side. He's going to have to get rid of it. That one's knocked away. It looks like that was his cornerback, whose name, Trufant. There we go. Trufant looked like he knocked that one away. It's going to set up a 3rd and 9 here from their own 22-yard line. 3:29 left to go.
You're right. They have had no room to breathe.
He's spreading them out. Cam Newton in the backfield all alone. He's going to flip that play. Scott needs to make a play for him here. Either that or Ebron. Somebody's going to step up and make a play. Cam Newton back to pass. He's got time. Starting to run out of it. He's able to make that pass, and it looks like he'll get a face mask to make it half of the distance to the goal. That's going to set up 1st and goal from their 5-yard line. He was right on the line of when we say in the OMFL that you need to pass the ball. That was as close as you can get. I think he wanted to run, and then he knew the run was going to be shut down, so then he went back to the pass, and he was able to get it off right before he was able to be past the numbers. Fournette in the backfield. Cam Newton back to pass. And he's wanting to run again. This one's going to be a touchdown by Cam Newton. I don't know how many rushes Cam Newton has, but he's got a lot. Let's see if it shows us the stats. I know he's been running the ball a lot, period, so maybe Cam is still under that 35%. The Falcons are probably going to start playing a lot more middle linebacker. That might open up some things for him. and be able to get some things blocked up and make a play. So a good run there for the Colts that make it 31-17. Got to be honest, I don't love all the things that we're seeing. I don't love two tight end offenses, even though we try to open up the playbook and allow that. I think it's slightly overpowered this Madden. I don't love the shotgun runs that we've seen from the Falcons. I don't love all the quarterback rushes that we're seeing here from the Colts. So I get it. These guys are battling. They're trying to win another OMFL Bowl here. We're trying to get the mighty king to be slayed in the Atlanta Falcons, and he's so good. He gets under your skin, and he really makes it hard. 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line. Looks like Drew Lock's going to try to get some passes off here. Back to pass. He's got time. There's no pressure. A little pressure off to the left, right up the middle. This one could be picked. Oh, no, it's re-caught. Unbelievable. That one bounced up in the air. Really couldn't hold it. The Falcons re-catch it with Jones. And another big play given up. This guy has pixie dust fallen out of his anus. It's just amazing, all of the great plays that just go his way. Ito Smith right up the middle. It's going to be a gain of 5 or 6 yards. Oh, they're only going to give him 4. It's going to set up a 2nd and 6 from their own 32. And if you're the Colts, you're devastated. You have a pretty good drive. You get down, you get a touchdown to kind of hang in there. And then you give up that big play that's just, there's nothing you can do about that. Ito Smith in the backfield. Lock back to pass. He's going to hand off to Smith. Smith's going to cut it right up the middle. He's going to gain about 3 yards. It's going to set up a 3rd and 3. And here's where I expect Julio Jones to get involved. We haven't seen a ton of Julio. It would not surprise me if we have some kind of slant action or deep play. He does like to do the out route here. He's got lots of weapons. Probably the out route. Yeah, no, he's going to go deep. So he's going to go a little play action. He's got the tight end wide open. He dropped it, but he had the tight end wide open. So big play there for the Indianapolis Colts to hang in there. He almost made the interception. That was one of the few bad reads by the Falcons. You got to be able to pick him off there because he just didn't make a good read. This field goal is going to be up and good. It's going to make it 34-17. And the Falcons continue to put up more points here in the third quarter of OMFL Bowl 89. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, for watching tonight. It has been a pleasure to see you guys in the chat, see you guys watching. Feel free to give us a like, a subscribe, leave a comment, and if you're watching this on YouTube after it's live, leave us a comment about what you thought. We love the support. We like to support as much as we can, and we always are honored when people give us support. We got Fournette in the backfield. Cam Newton's going to hand off to Fournette. This is going to be shut down by the Falcons pretty quickly, though. That right side, left side, I don't know. I always get it confused on defense. I think it's the left side of the defense. The right side for the offense is pretty powerful there for the Falcons. They're able to get off of blocks pretty easy. They're able to stifle running games. I mean, I've had Kamara rush for negative yards versus this team. It can be really tough to find running lanes versus him. They're going to set up a 2nd and 8 from their own 27-yard line there. Facing the zone with a little quarterback spy. Should leave the middle of the field open. Threw it right to him. And that one's going to be picked off by the Atlanta Falcons at their own 27-yard line. We got more pulling off of players. Not something we want to see here in the OMFL. I get it. You've made it all the way to the OMFL Bowl. You've lost to this guy, I think, 3 other times. You're frustrated. You're aggravated. You just turned the ball over. I get the feelings. I get the emotions, but we have to keep those under wraps. This is Freeman time. This is where we see Freeman shine here. 3 tight ends to the right. Lock under center. Puts a man in motion. It's going to be a play action of Freeman. He's got Jones if he wants him. Oh, he's picked off. Good play there for the Colts. He's going to try to run this one back. He's got a little bit of room. Can he make the quarter? He's at the 30. And that's where he's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 30-yard line. So big play there for the Colts. He knew he was going for Jones. He stayed committed to the route, and that's what he didn't do a while ago. It's a good play there for them. So one turnover for each team. So instead of 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Cam Newton back to pass. Yeah, there's just nothing there. McKinley gets the sack as Cam Newton tries to run out of there. There just was nothing there. There was nothing open. There wasn't a whole lot of options, and Cam has been relying on his legs. He's going to set up a 2nd and 14 here from their 27-yard line. This is the last play of the third quarter in OMFL Bowl 89. Cam back to pass. He's got time. He needs to get rid of it. There's a play over to the second tight end. Oh, no, that's the first. I'm sorry. That was our Eric Ebron, who's been making plays for him. He's one of the top targets that they can have. Of course, we removed those restrictions to kind of open things up so that we could attack teams like the Falcons, but it doesn't seem to be working here for the Colts. Set up a 3rd and 8 from the 32. Cam back to pass. He's getting some pressure. You got to get, yep. Couldn't get rid of it. Cam's going to go down at the 20-yard line. Going to set up 4th and 20. I'm assuming that the Colts are going to go for it here. I think he hit field goal on accident, is my assumption. Yeah, give it to the Colts. He dominated this league for a very long time here in the NFC with the Falcons. He gave up the Falcons to go with the Colts. He dominated the AFC for a very long time, still is dominating the AFC. But he's definitely met his match here with the Atlanta Falcons and D-Money. Ever since D-Money has taken over those Falcons, he's been unstoppable. I think he's lost less than 8 games total in the last 6 seasons. Covering 2 Maddens. He's been pretty unstoppable. 1st and 10 here from the 33. Handoff's going to go to Freeman. That was going to be hit in the backfield. He's going to go down. Oh, that was Ito Smith. I apologize. So he shot the gap there. And this one's going to be coming to an end. I'm not going to be able to hang out after the bowl game and do any interviews, even though I don't think there are any interviews to do. We pretty much know how Dwayne is. I don't think he would even talk to me if he wanted to. He started to answer my message a while ago, and I think decided to ignore it because it wouldn't be the proper response, and kudos to him for that. But no interviews after this one. 2nd and 12. Look for Jones on the out route. Picked off. Good play there. The Indianapolis Colts and Yasin. I didn't even know he was over there still. He's playing cornerback. What a play there. Even as Jones had the X factor, he still was able to make a play. And Yasin with the interception to give the ball back to the Colts. Still down by 24, if I have the number right. 20. I don't know what the number is. 20-something. Fournette gets stuck behind his blockers there. He had a little opening there to the left. He wasn't able to get there. He's going to set up a 2nd and 5 here. Really, Fournette, you have to kind of tip your cap to him coming in a backup role here on this team, not expected to carry the load. He has carried the load, and he's responded really well. 2nd and 5 from the 44-yard line. Cam Newton under center. This one's going to be handed straight up the middle. And it looks like Snell. Yeah, Snell's still on this team. Looks like Snell's going to gain 2. He's going to set up a 3rd and 3 here for the Indianapolis Colts from their own 42-yard line. Of course, we are 100% in 4-down territory. I don't know what 17 means. 17 games? I don't know what that means. There's no way he's lost 17 games. That's going to set up 3rd and 3 here for the Indianapolis Colts. Back to pass. Cam's got time. He's going to take off running, though. Misses the tackle. Ooh, and he keeps trying to hold on to the ball. I'm always scared for a fumble. 9 rushes for 95 yards there for Cam Newton. I'm pretty sure he's going to be over the 35%. Maybe not. Maybe he's right on the line. I'm pretty sure he's over. Let's go set up 1st and 10 from their 24-yard line. 7:30 and counting here to go in the fourth quarter. He's got Snell right there to the left, though. Nice tackle there for Pyle. Oh, down 17. My bad. I didn't know what we were talking there. He's down 17. There you go. So a touchdown keeps you in this one. 2nd and 4 here for the Colts from their own 19-yard line. Cam back to pass. He's got to play action. He's got a man wide open. If he could just get him the ball. He just waited too long there to get it to his fullback. He had him. He's going to set up a 3rd and 6 here from the 21-yard line. I know this is tough. This has been tough for the Colts. Falcons are just a tough team, but it has been a fairly entertaining game outside of the ugly stuff that we've seen. Cam Newton back to pass from his own 21. He's got a man, and it's going to be knocked away there from the cornerback, the 3rd cornerback, where I think that they got from, I don't remember where they got him from, but it was some team that I wanted to cuss out. I remember that. It's going to set up a 4th and 6. They're going to have to go for it here. Oh, he's going for the field goal. So I guess he's going to try to make this a 14-point game and hope to get another turnover. Field goal is up and good to make it 34-20. So the Colts are just like sneaking in there. They're trying to stay in this one as much as they possibly can. Another short kickoff there for the Colts. He's at the 35, the 38-yard line, 37-yard line. Now they're actually going to give it to him at the 36. That's where we're going to set up 1st and 10 here for the Atlanta Falcons, who are trying to put the nail in the coffin. Would not surprise me if we just see a lot of big runs here. And this is where they've got to hunker down if you're the Colts and hope that you can make enough plays. Ito Smith is going to run the counter here. Ito Smith in the backfield. He gets the power. He is so good at just making those subtle moves that make you miss. It's just hard to explain. It's hard to understand how he does them. You can't even really see them. They're just very subtle moves that he's able to get in there. 1st down run for Ito Smith, and he's going to stay in the backfield. It's going to be 1st and 10 from their 47-yard line. Falcons are just trying to run this clock out. Lock back to pass. Ooh, picked off and dropped. Yasin was there. That's what the Colts needed. That's what they were hoping for. Great play by Sin, but you got to pull that one in. I'm a poet and didn't know it.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Ready, break. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Smith. They'll get 3 up to midfield.
Yeah, that might have been a pick 6, and you're right, Cincyberg. Like, pulling players off is not only a bad look, but it's a bad strategy. And I get it. You get caught up in the emotions. I get caught up in the emotions. I've done it. I get it. It's just a bad place to be. It's going to be a big 3rd down here. Again, look for Freeman out of the backfield in a post by Jones. This is almost unguardable. It's not even a word. You need to make a play here. Nice way to bat it away. He had Ridley on the post, and that play becomes very tough to cover because if you step up and cover the angle route, it leaves the post open. If you sit back and cover the post, the angle route is open. It's just really hard. Yeah, I get it. I agree with that strategy, but you got to start that strategy in the 1st quarter. You can't start that strategy when you're down 28. It's tough to do. All right, Colts get the ball back here, 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line. Cam Newton's got his X factor highlighted and activated. Cam Newton back to pass. He's got time. He's got to get rid of it. He's not going to get rid of it. He is going to get rid of it. Is there a flag on that play? No flag. I thought he was past the line of scrimmage. He's going Going to set up a 2nd and 10. 5:05 left to go here. Now, if we get a touchdown, this is a new ball game, and we're all going to be paying attention, and we'll get something to get excited about here. But you're going to need a pretty quick touchdown. 2nd and 10 from their 15-yard line. You're watching OMFL Bowl number 89, the platform, I suppose, the flagship program of the Grown Folks Online community. Cam Newton back to run again. I know my buddy's not going to want to hear this, but he's way over the 35%. I'm pretty sure. Of course, we got to see the math at the end of the game, but hopefully this gets evened out. He gets under by 1%. That's all I care about. 4:49 left to go here. 28-yard line for the Indianapolis Colts. Down 14, trying to make a comeback here against the Atlanta Falcons. Cam Newton with the handoff to Snell. Snell's going to be shut down pretty quickly, though. Again, that left side of that defensive line is almost impossible to run against. Got to attack him up the middle or even to the left side. That's where you're going to get a majority of your big runs from that side. You can hear my family who's being nice and letting me do this. My wife is being very kind. You should all send her a Starbucks gift card for allowing me to do this. 2nd and 8 from the 30-yard line, 4:07 left to go. Cam Newton in the backfield. He's got Snell right next to him. Back to pass. He's got time. Nice protection. Yeah, that's a nice way to set that one up. Snell over to the right side. Good play there for Cam Newton. A risky play, but he knew he had it, and he set it up well, and he stayed disciplined. If you're going to play these Falcons, you're going to have to stay disciplined. 3:55 left to go here in the fourth quarter. The Colts are driving down 14. 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line. Cam Newton back to pass. It looks like they've almost completely abandoned the run. He's going deep. Ebron's not going to be able to beat Jones. Jones is so fast there. Middle linebacker out of LSU just running stride for stride, if not a little bit ahead of Ebron. That's a gutsy call. I get why you're trying to attack it, but that's a pretty gutsy call. It's going to set up 2nd and 10 here from the own 43-yard line of the Colts. Down 14, trying to make a play. This clock is definitely not your friend now if you're the Colts. We got Fournette in the backfield. He is hammered hard. That was tough to watch. That broke down pretty quickly there for the Indianapolis Colts. Going to set up a big 3rd down, and if I know the Atlanta Falcons, he is itching to send a blitz to end this game with a sack, fumble, or an interception. I would expect some type of blitz coming from him. Let's see if that's what he does. He's not going to show it, so I'm not quite... No, he's playing zone. I thought for sure he'd be itching to blitz on this play. Almost another face mask. There could have been a face mask. Looks like the Colts are trying to use this fake screen to get everybody to chase downfield. It's not a bad way to attack this Falcons defense, and that's going to set up a 4th and 1. We can almost guarantee we're going to see a blitz now from the Falcons. I'm telling you, he's going to scratch that itch before this one's over with.
They're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl. They're going to need this one on 4th down.
There you go with Fournette. Nice way to attack. Get it blocked up. Make a move. 14 rushes for 79 yards. We're going to run it again. 3 receivers to the left, 1 tight end to the right. Fournette in the backfield. Falcons moving their defense around. Catches him in the zone. Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's what he's going to do. He's going to start switching on all of those plays. 2:29 left to go. 2nd and 15 from their 42-yard line. I mean, he's just going to start switching and taking over these defensive linemen to stop letting you run on him. Back to pass. Cam Newton steps up in the pocket. That one breaks down from that right side. That's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Lawson is so good coming off that right side. I personally think I would have tried to run a play. I don't know if he would have been able to before that 2-minute warning, but everybody's going to get a breather. Everybody will be back. And here we go. 3rd 19 from their own 48-yard line. 2 minutes to go in this one. Down 14 for the Colts. Cam Newton back to pass. He's got a man up the middle. Can he get him the ball? That was knocked away. So stinking tough. This Atlanta Falcons DBs are all over the place. They're knocking everything away, and this one's going to be it here. Good play there from the DB. Galloway was able to make a move, but I think he's just a little late on the throw. Yeah, I think Hines had 1 or 2 rushes. 4th and 19 here from Cam Newton. It's going to be man defense all around the board. Yeah, everybody playing deep. He's playing the middle of the field. There you go. Nice play. Can he get the first down? Are they going to give it to him? They're giving it to him. So 1st and 10 for the Indianapolis Colts. A 10-second runoff. 1:31 left to go. Cam Newton back to pass. He needs to step up in the pocket, and he's going to run it. Ooh, that's a tough one. 1:23 left to go. He's right at the 35-yard mark. That might have put him a little bit over. He can't run again. He's going to need to pass the ball, and that's over. He read it. Trufant played underneath it. And that is how OMFL Bowl number 89 is going to come to a close. The 6-time, 5-time in a row OMFL Bowl champion Atlanta Falcons. Looks like either life or a boot is the only thing that's ever going to stop the Atlanta Falcons. This guy has been unbeatable. I hear people's frustration. I know how tough it is, but try playing him twice a season, every season like I do. It'll make you want to eat your face off. Give it to the Colts. I think he definitely had some plays that I wish he would take back, and he probably wishes he would have took back. But overall, at the end, he settled down, he calmed himself down, and he was able to, oh, we skipped the celebration. Ouch. Well, there you have it. That's unfortunate. I don't know how people skip the end of it. I think it's the person who is not hosting that is able to do it. I can't do it. I've never been able to do it. That's disappointing that he didn't let him see his end there. It's a good game by those guys. Both quarterbacks struggled in this one. Both running games shined in this one, and both defenses played their hearts out. But just a few more plays there for the Atlanta Falcons, and we're going to be back to re-signs by the end of this one, guys. So good game there for these two guys. I'm going to sign off so that my wife doesn't hit me with a frying pan. We'll see you guys in the off-season, maybe even a little Press Pass Live this weekend. I think we're going to have OMFL Draft on Sunday possibly, so we'll take a look at everything. Until then, guys, have a great rest of your week. Stay safe. Stay healthy. God bless you. May this place be a place where you can unplug from all the stress of life, especially during this really troubling time. So we'll see you next time. God bless you. Peace.